Hello guys, me again. This is kind of interesting. So this started coming up when I was doing a reading for one of my VIPs. You'll know who you are. I don't out any of my clients, so I won't say your name or anything like that. But it started coming up in a reading I did for someone. And then the next day, a similar message came for someone else. And then a similar message came for myself while I was meditating. And then I started dreaming about it and so it must be for several people. So, how best to begin this? Okay. There are people who are meant to come in and spark karma for other people. So it's like if you look back at your life, you'll see where like you're moved from place to place, situation to situation, or job to job, or friend group to friend group, community to community, whatever. You'll notice you keep getting plopped somewhere. People sort of, well, first they're nice to you and everybody likes you, and then they start attacking you, and then you're moved into a new situation, and everybody loves you, and they're nice to you, and then they start attacking you. You'll see this recurring pattern. It is, and I just heard you'll see a pattern of always having to find a new place to live. I don't know. Sorry, things are coming now. Somebody is always never settled anywhere, always having to find a place to live. Something about living situations. You're always being attacked by, I don't know, like landlords or roommates or something. That's specific. But also it can happen with like different jobs or different neighborhoods or different, like I said, friend groups. It's like a recurring theme. I keep having to leave and go somewhere else. I have to leave and go somewhere else because you just keep getting attacked by narcissists and by like just jealousy and envy, but you're not doing anything to make people jealous. I don't feel like this is for anybody who's like trying to make people jealous. Like you're just kind of trying to exist. Your very existence is irritating people. And again, it's like when people first meet you, they want to be around you all the time. Your light energy like draws people in, and then it kind of shifts and becomes jealousy and envy, and then they're like on the attack. But it's on the attack behind the scenes, like they're not in your face like I hate you. In your face they're just kind of like smiling. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can feel something has shifted and they don't like you, but they don't ever come to your face and say like I don't like you. And again, this is for a group. It's because this is your assignment. You, for lack of a better word, you work for karma. You're employed by karma. You come in to bring people's karma, to spark people's karma. So it's like spirit will put you in a situation, be it, again, a job or a neighborhood or a friend group or something, where people have been doing bad things or just haven't been living in light energy. And you're put in as sort of a sacrificial lamb. The people I have told this to, you'll know, to see if the people, like when you come in, you can bring in good karma for people or bad karma. It depends on how they treat you. So if they go on the attack, then you're removed from that situation and their bad karma comes in. If they're good to you, when you're removed from the situation, good karma comes in. Like this is your job. We all have obviously paths and lessons and whatever that we have to go through for our soul's development. But some people also have an extra path, an extra job. And like I told the first person this came in for, it's like you're employed by spirit, you're employed by karma. So because of that, you're always going to be taken care of. So for like, because I was getting a message about somebody not ever being able to find a stable place to live. You're always going to have a place to live, because it feels like an energy of like, oh my God, I can't do this again. Every time I move somewhere, it never works out and I got to move again. And this feeling of like, what if I end up with nowhere to live? And I'm supposed to say that you're always going to have a place to live. It's like this is a recurring theme for you, this having to constantly move, because it's your how the plan works is that you have to keep going to these different places, right? And the way you go to these different places is because you're constantly looking for a place to live. Does that make sense? So it's like, if you had a stable environment to live in, you wouldn't go to these environments that spirit needs you to go to. The way spirit has you do that is, okay, I got to look for another place to live. Okay, I got to look for another place to live. That's how you're moving around to these situations and environments that spirit needs you to go. And because of this, like, part of your contract is you will always have a place to go. So if it feels like this keeps happening, and what if I end up, in a cardboard box or whatever, you're going to be provided for as part of your sort of employment contract, if that makes sense. I know this is crazy, but I just heard, I don't know if any of you have ever read A Course in Miracles, but there's this quote about how we are all always teaching and we are all always learning. And Spirit's showing me that section of the book being highlighted with a highlighter. Always teaching and always learning. Okay, there is a group from your past. One of these groups that went on the attack. They want to reconcile, but I don't feel like it's legit. I don't feel like it's genuine. It's not like, oh, we realize what we did and we feel so bad, we want to apologize. It's like they want to, I don't know, it's divided. Like, some people want to apologize because they want to feed off your light energy again. They miss that. And some people want to apologize because they want to intercept something. Like, you're going to find out something that they did, and they want to come in and make nice before that happens. Somebody thought they were teaching you something. They weren't. It's an energy of somebody thinking you thought you were better than everybody, but I don't feel like you did. This was their own insecurity. They thought you were better, because this isn't the energy of somebody that walks around, tossing their hair, shaking their shimmy like they're, this is the energy of somebody who's just like existing and just going about their life, and other people thought you were better than them. And so they were like going to knock you down a few pegs, teach you a lesson, but there was no lesson for you to learn because you don't think you're better than anybody. I am literally hearing a group of catty bitches, say, oh, we're going to teach her a lesson. Okay, this is getting weird, because it's also sort of like a soul group initiation, hazing kind of thing. This is kind of weird. So somebody that this resonates with is kind of new to this quote unquote soul job. if you've ever read any Dolores Cannon stuff, you'll know she talks about the waves of volunteers, the volunteer souls that come in to help humanity. Somebody is kind of new to this, and so while in the 3D and the physical, this was people attacking you. On a soul level, it was sort of a tongue-in-cheek hazing to the new person. It's weird. Yeah, they're showing me the two paths that you have to do at the same time, where you've got the one path, you come down to earth or wherever you go for the lessons to learn and blah blah blah, but then the soul has this other job where it works for karma. Your soul responded to a call from earth. Like earth is in karmic trouble, and so a wave of souls came down to balance out. Well, we know the earth is in karmic trouble. And so these souls, and I'm part of that group, so hi, welcome, came down to balance out the karma, bringing in lessons about karma. They're showing me the different waves. This goes back a long time, but there's a couple souls that my understanding is a couple souls that I actually work with. We're part of the same team. That's interesting. But there's a couple, myself included, that are new to this quote unquote program. Like you had other jobs, so to speak. Your soul had other jobs before. This is sort of new because the earth came into this karmic trouble. I don't know how else to say it. So it's like if you were working at a company and you're on, one marketing team or something, and they're like, hey, we've got this problem on this other team, can you come work over there? And you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to. It's like that. Like you switched and now this is your new job. And you came with a wave that is supposed to uplift the vibration. I'm hearing third wave. I don't know why. I'm hearing the third wave, and I'm hearing like indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children. And the whole wave is incredibly intelligent. They have incredible ideas and inventions and stuff that could really elevate the whole of humanity. But that you need to know you're part of a team. And to pull back. Okay, so when you're sitting here in your life and you're going through this, like I said, this is like a repetitive theme in your life of being moved here, being moved there, whether it's physically moved or, like I said, it could be you have to keep going to different jobs or different friend groups or whatever. When you only see that, it's stressful. If you can pull back and see that this is part of your job, you're needed to go to these different environments or different situations or different groups, and the way that spirit has you doing that is this, whatever this is, you having to constantly be moved. It's all part of this plan to help elevate Earth. You're part of a soul group that volunteered because Earth needed this assistance. And so it's like Earth was in some kind of karmic trouble, and they looked on the spirit side. They looked for volunteers who were sort of innocent souls, like karmically speaking, like they don't have bad karma. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. Come directly from source. You're a part of source. And some people have already mastered karma. Like you've lived so many lives that you've mastered karma and know how to stay in balance, how to, I don't know how to say this, not to that, not to in your ego, not to, you know what I mean? Like you've found a way to balance it. When to be selfless, when to be selfish. And they needed that knowledge on the 5D side, on the spirit side, on the afterlife side, whatever you want to call it. They needed that knowledge, and that's why they've asked you to volunteer for this group. Gosh, how long have I been going on? 16. Okay. This is only going to make sense to a small group of people. So again, so there's this group that I'm seeing, like on the soul side, kind of jabbing each other tongue in cheek, like, oh, we're gonna show them a thing or two because you're the new guy. Your soul is. But then it plays out in the 3D as just some mean people. Because I'm seeing it on both sides. I'm seeing like the soul group kind of giggly. You know what I mean? Like it's a tradition to, you know, like fraternities and stuff like that. It's tradition to like harass the new person. But then I'm seeing the 3D group of people just being jackasses. Sorry. Like, oh, we're going to show them and teach them a lesson, but they're not supposed, you don't need any lessons. Your soul is so much more advanced. I'm seeing them around, like they come around you with their cups out, like they're supposed to get something from you. And they keep showing me, like, yeah, on a soul level, it's like a hazing thing. And so on a human level, whatever they did to you is a lesson for them. It's like something about traumatizing. They don't recognize they're traumatizing when they do. Okay, I don't know how to put this. So say you move somewhere new, and there's a group, I don't know, like neighbors or something, and they like you when you move in, but then, and again, this will be like a recurring theme. You'll recognize this if this is for you. Everybody likes you, everything's great, and then at some point it shifts and you can feel it. And now they still act like they like you, but you know they're talking behind your back and like not inviting you to things, or In some cases, it goes further. They're maybe stalking you and hacking accounts or like really wanting to bring you down. But there's a lesson in that they don't recognize. Stop comparing yourself to everybody, right? And B, these things you do to people, it's traumatizing and it's creating bad karma for you. These are people who don't understand that the energy you put out, you get back. So they're attacking people they're jealous of and then wondering why they hate their life because you're constantly putting out this bad energy. And there's a huge lesson you're supposed to teach people about that. Like, you can't live your life hurting people and then wonder why your life is horrible. About the energy that they put out. They don't recognize what they're, they just think it's, again, I'll show her, ha ha ha, and not recognizing that's bad energy you're putting out and you're hurting people. And so what you put out, you're getting back. So I'm over here stabbing you in the back, and then I turn around and everything's falling apart in my world and I don't understand why. Like, this is the lesson for them. Something traumatized you, whether you show that or not, because I feel like you just sort of, you don't retaliate, you don't act like it hurt you, but something did traumatize you. Whoever this is, you're very comfortable in your own skin. You're not in a place anymore where you need people's approval, and you may have in the past, but you've worked past that. You don't, you're not that person that's constantly trying to be liked and doing whatever you can do. But I feel like in the past you did do that. I feel like you wanted everybody to be happy and you wanted everybody to like you, and you've outgrown that. Because I just see you laughing and good natured, and maybe you understand why people are the way they are. So, okay, this person is an asshole, but I get it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to let it go. There's two groups that made a deal. Wait a minute. There's severe karmic repercussions. You're bringing this in for people because they broke a contract. There's a group of souls that once it was determined your soul was gonna be moving over to this team, this karmic team for Earth specifically, they wanted the contract with you to come to where they are because your light would help them. But rather than let your light feed them, as the contract said, the reason they wanted you to come there, they attacked. So like I was saying in the beginning, you can come in and bring in good karma, or you can come in and bring bad karma. And this group, contractually, the plan was, okay, we're going to be learning these lessons and our karma might be a little bad. So can we bring this person over to shine their light and bring us good karma? But they broke the contract because then when you came, that's not what they did. They're not. I the word I'm getting is they're failing. They're failing. We all come down with these plans to learn this or learn that, to develop, our soul. And this group is failing. They're not taking it seriously. They're not learning. This is a group of people. Oh man, I know so many people like this. This is a group of people where if you're of a certain age, let's say, I don't know, late 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, you can sort of see how people haven't had much growth. And this is that group. You kind of look at them like, wow, you still behave like I did when I was in high school. It's that kind of, there's not much development. There's certainly not a lot of soul development. I just keep hearing they're failing. They're failing. And for somebody, I feel like this was like their last chance. Um, mm, I'm at 26 minutes already. All right. I guess I have to do a part two. All right.